Alright, let's now move on to the side windows. So make your base mesh appear, then go to edit mode and select the loop that runs across the whole side of the window, just like this. And then we're gonna duplicate it, then separate by selection, then hide your base mesh and selecting the new loop of vertices. Let's just reduce its subdivision count to 2 and 2 because we don't need that many. And make your solidify modifier appear and uncheck only rim, so all of the faces get solidified. Now let's place this a bit inward, just like this. I'm going to edit this pillar because it annoys me a tiny bit, so selecting these faces, I will remove them from the shrink wrapped parts so they don't cause any issues, just like this. Okay, going back to the window. I will now dissolve some vertices because it's way too dense in some areas and we won't need that many for the windows, at least not for now. So delete some and just slide them back to tighten those corners. Alright, now we're gonna face this area, so select those 4 vertices and then start creating new faces pressing F. You can take your time as long as you have some quads in the end, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to face this up here, add loop cut there, and now we need a loop cut that will run across the contour like before. So connect those two together, then we'll create a new loop cut here, then face this area, add loop cut on the bottom, just like this. Face this here, face this area, and just like that we have a loop that follows the edge of our windows. Okay, we'll just add the one there, then facing this area here, I'm just going to slide this here, add loop cut there. Okay, connect those, add loop cut at the bottom. Then we'll connect those 2 vertices, then add a loop cut in the middle of that new edge, slide it back, connect those 2 together, dissolve a vertex at the corner, just like that. Then we'll face this area that we just created, add a loop cut on this side here until you have the same number at the bottom and on the top. Add a loop cut here, slide this over there, and we'll just tighten this area. And we don't want that many loops close together, so we'll just slide them back, and we need to take care of that bump in the window. So let's just move some vertices around until we're happy. I'll just move this inward, just like this, and add loop cut to tighten this area. Okay, now I don't want this many loops close together, so I will just slide those vertices that we created, just like this. Now select this vertex, which was creating a weird bump, and do this for every spot that's not perfectly smooth. I would just move those over there, just like this. And now we'll take care of that window rail. So remove some vertices that may cause any issues from the shrink wrapped parts group. You can do this using Ctrl+ to make sure that the whole edge loop is selected. And do this if you had this issue like me where it was kind of glitchy. I will just move this here. Try to fill all the gaps over there. If you have some small ones, it's not a huge deal, but try not to have any. Alright, shade this smooth, and now we're gonna check. This is still causing a problem. So you can always use the zebra matcap to show the reflections in that area, and go into local view to view only the parts that we're editing. And now you can edit it a lot more easily. Alright, this isn't too bad. So for me, this is the spot that was causing a problem, but if for you it's somewhere else, then just do it elsewhere. Just make sure this is shaded smooth, and that is good enough for me. Okay, now let's rename this side window base mesh, my bad. Then we will duplicate it. And on the duplicate, what you want to do is, well, first off, hide the base mesh. Then set the target of your duplicate to the base mesh. Create a new vertex group. Yours probably had already one. Set that vertex group for the shrink wrap. Turn on the visibility of your solidify modifier, both in render and viewport. And uncheck only rim if it was still checked. Now use another glass material. This one you want it to be pure white, or basically any shade of gray, as long as it's very clear. Now, create a loop cut here on the panel gap of the door, and we'll just separate it right there in this area. Now slide this loop cut over here, and slide this one very close over there. Okay, editing this one, we'll just slide this here to create a bigger pillar. Now just slide those two together to create a gap between the two that's as wide as your pillar that we'll add. Just going to make this a bit wider. Okay, now that's good. Okay, now I'll just rename my new glass material. I want it to be darker on the rear window, so that's why I made a duplicate of it. And then you want roughness to 0 and transmission to 1, and that's about it. You can set the IOR to 1.5 if you want to go for maximum realism, but I don't see a big difference. So turn down the subdivision count. I forgot to do this on mine. You can just adjust the tint of both windows on the fly. Try to keep it realistic. So no pure black, okay? All right, now let's just select this loop and duplicate it. Then in edit mode, what we want to do is delete all the vertices but the one on this side. Delete those two that I forgot. Okay, now extrude it on the y-axis or until you meet the other window. Add loop cuts to tighten those corners, just like this. And now move it on the x-axis. We will need to remove it from the shrink wrap group for it to appear like that. Perfect. Now to get this result, you will need to remove them from the shrink wrap groups, all but the two edge loops on the sides. Now split this in the middle by adding a loop cut here and there to tighten those corners, just like that. And we will need to make this gap a bit wider. So I will shade this smooth so it looks better. And now it's obviously not glass that we want. So turn off the only rim. Well, turn on the only rim, I bet. And assign them a black plastic material, the same that we had before. Or create a new one, doesn't really matter. And yes, just like that, we have a pillar done. I will just slightly adjust this tint over here. Feel free to do the same until you're happy with it. After spinning around your model for like 30 minutes, like I did, we will now be able to continue further down this tutorial. Okay, so selecting this one, the rear window, let's just slide this here so the rim around it is more even, and you're gonna inset those faces with I. Select the rim that we just created, deselect those faces, those vertices, my bad, and let's just move them a bit closer. Okay, now select the rim of faces we created earlier, and let's just assign the side window material just like that, like for the windshield, and create another smooth material of plastic. And then set material offset to 1, so just like we did for the windshield. So this will create a rim of plastic underneath, while also keeping the transparency for the center of the window. Now let's just unhide this base mesh and edit it if you need to, because my window was a bit bugged here. Okay, going back to the front window, I can now play with it a bit more. And we'll just do the same. So slide this so the edge around is pretty even. We will need to move those over there, just like this. Now inset them using I. After that, you want to select, my bad, I forgot to do this, to slide it over there because it was too thin. Okay, inset them. This will also create our protective loop at the same time that follows all of the contour of the window, yeah. And now create a second material slat with the same glass material that you had, and then a third one where you will assign the black plastic material. Now your edge faces will need to be the second glass material. Set your offset to 1 like we did before, and uncheck only rim if you had it. And now we have a very small but noticeable black plastic trim around your windows. And that's how you add extra details without too much effort. Now you can make it a separate mesh, but it's not needed. If you want to add some depth to it, just like this. I just made it a separate mesh and then extruded it and removed it from the shrink wrapped parts. But it's not needed, and if you were doing a very modern car or sports cars, then I would not recommend doing this. I would just keep it underneath the glass. Now this at the bottom was a bit too thin, so I will just select those vertices and move them up on the z-axis, just like that. Same for the top over here. And select all of them. Okay. And let's just move this down. And yes, voila. Make sure it's only rim. Since it's not glass, it doesn't need to be thickened on all the faces. Because glass in cycles will only work well and realistically if it has thickness. So that's very important. Okay, now select this rim and we're gonna do the same if you want to do it. Just extrude those faces, remove them from the shrink wrapped parts. Move them around so they conform to the contour and they're all visible, just like that. Make sure the thickness is pretty much the same all around, or else it will look a bit weird. And let's just assign the black plastic material instead and uncheck only rim. And check only rim, yeah. Okay, now that's done. Okay, so I want to show you a solution to a problem you may face sometimes. So if you see this weird glitching, just go back to your base mesh and turn off the visibility of the solidify. This is what causes this issue, like the vertices don't know if they should project onto the outer surface or the solidified faces. So just do this and it should fix that problem. Just a quick tip for you there. All right, see you next time.